All right, real talk. What if I told you that there are two types of guys who always get the most attention, the most respect, and honestly, the most power? But here's the catch. One of them thrives in the spotlight, constantly fighting for the top, while the other, he doesn't care about anyone's opinion and still gets everything he wants. You probably think you know the difference, but trust me, you don't. In fact, if you choose the wrong one, you could be chasing a life that doesn't even suit you. So, the big question is, are you an alpha male or are you a sigma male? And most importantly, which one do you really want to be? Because the answer might just change the way you see yourself and the world around you forever. Stay with me, and I'll show you exactly how these two types of men live their lives, how they dominate in different ways, and how you can use this knowledge to take control of your own life. Let's dive in. Alpha male, the king of the social jungle. Let's talk about the alpha male first. If you've ever watched a movie or even just been out at a party, you've probably seen the alpha in action. This guy walks into any room, and instantly, the vibe changes. You can feel his energy. You can almost hear the confidence pouring off him. He's the guy who dominates every conversation, leads every group, and takes charge. He's got the looks, the charisma, and people just respect him. Alphas are natural-born leaders. They want to be at the top of the food chain, whether it's in a friend group, at work, or anywhere they go. But hold on a second. Before you start thinking that the alpha's life is all sunshine and roses, let's talk about the real truth here. Being an alpha comes with a massive amount of pressure. Alphas are always expected to lead, to be the best. They're constantly trying to outdo themselves, to be bigger, better, and more dominant. And I'm not just talking about at the gym or on the football field. This extends to everything. Their career, their relationships, their social media presence. It's all a show, and they're always performing. Let's get real here. Does it ever feel exhausting to be the guy who's always expected to lead, to be the strongest, the loudest, the most impressive in the room, the pressure to maintain that status? I mean, you can't just switch it off. That's the weight of being an alpha. And while it can feel empowering at times, it can also leave you feeling drained, constantly having to compete for attention, constantly worried about your status. It's exhausting, isn't it? Look, don't get me wrong. The alpha male is definitely respected. He has influence. He has power. But there's something missing. Something that most people don't talk about when it comes to alphas. Sigma male. The lone wolf who doesn't need to play the game. Now, let's flip the script and talk about the sigma male. So, you've heard the term, right? Maybe you've seen some videos about it or heard people mention it. But here's the thing. Most people don't get what a sigma male is. The sigma doesn't follow the crowd. He doesn't care about social status. He doesn't need to be the center of attention. And honestly, he doesn't want to be. The sigma male is the guy who lives life on his own terms, without worrying about what others think. Here's where it gets interesting. Sigma males don't need approval. They don't crave attention or validation from others. And I know what you're thinking. So, does that mean sigma males are loners? They don't talk to anyone? No, that's not it at all. Sigma males choose to be independent. They choose to walk their own path. They're not antisocial. They're just asocial. They don't play by the rules of the traditional social hierarchy. And guess what? This actually gives them a form of power that's completely underrated. Let me ask you this. How does it feel to never need to impress anyone? How does it feel to not give a damn what others think about you? The Sigma doesn't waste time competing for attention. They're self-reliant, and when they do speak, people listen. Why? Because they're authentic. They're not pretending to be something they're not. And that authenticity is powerful. The real difference. Alpha versus Sigma. So let's compare the two. The alpha male is all about leading the pack, about being at the top. He thrives in social settings where people look up to him and he loves being the boss. But there's a catch. The alpha can sometimes lose himself in the performance. He's always on, always proving himself. It's a hustle that never stops. And it's easy to get caught up in it, feeling like you have to keep proving that you're the best. And let me tell you, that's exhausting. On the other hand, the Sigma male doesn't care about the hustle. He's not about competing for anyone's attention, and he's not trying to climb the social ladder. He's about his own journey, his own path, and he knows that he doesn't need to fit into anyone else's idea of success. His power lies in his freedom, the freedom to be himself, without worrying about the approval of others. And that's a different kind of strength. So which one are you? Now I know what you're thinking. You might feel like you have to be an alpha to succeed. Maybe you're in a competitive environment and being the loudest, most dominant guy feels like the only way to go. Or maybe you've been told to be yourself like a Sigma, to just follow your own path. But here's the truth. You don't have to pick one. You can blend the best parts of both. You can be the alpha when it's time to lead and be the Sigma when it's time to focus on your own path. It's about knowing when to step up and when to step back. And let me tell you something. Neither one of these types is better than the other. What matters is finding your balance. The world doesn't need another alpha just for the sake of it. The world needs people who can lead, but also understand when to retreat and focus. It's about finding your true self, whatever that looks like, and owning it. So which one are you? Maybe you're more of the alpha type, dominating your social world. Or maybe you're a Sigma, just doing your own thing without caring about the noise. Either way, I hope this video helped you see that you can be your own person, your own unique version of a man, without the need to fit into a box. Whatever you choose, stay bold. If you're ready to take control of your life, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below about which type resonates with you. Remember, the power is in your hands.